Welcome to the 2021 Virtual NAMM Show. I'm Justin Fox from Mojotone, and today we're going to take a look at an exciting new product, the NC-1 Quiet Coil Acoustic Soundhole Pickup. I'm holding it here in my hands, and we're going to take a look at some of the features here before I install it into a guitar and begin giving a little bit of a playthrough. First of all, you have a nice slim design here, and we have tapered shoulders, so it doesn't get in the way when you're strumming or finger picking or anything, but has a nice lift shelf to pick up the balance of the strings. We've got natural cork padding here to protect the finish of your guitar. This is poly and nitro safe, which when it's installed, it has a nice grip and it makes you aware that it's there, but it feels like it's not going to go anywhere. It's really nice. We're going to get 500 hours of battery life out of these two 6-volt batteries. And we also have a Switchcraft input jack on this. So before we install it, let's talk a little bit about some of the other features here. We do have a activated battery button here, so when you press that, you get a green light. Now, even when you go into the red, you're going to get probably a couple more shows out of the batteries, so that's a good thing too. I've been looking at some of the features of this, and I've used it for a couple gigs now, and it's been a great performer. The sound is nice and balanced. So let's talk a little bit about the voicing before we install this here. Dave Shepard here at Mojotone, he took probably a period of 3 years to refine and design this pickup to fix some of the problems that we were seeing in other Soundhole pickups. They're notoriously heavy in the mids, and the string balance oftentimes isn't there with a lot of them. And what you end up having to have is a lot of different preamps, a lot of different additions to your pickup installed to get the sound where you want it. So with this pickup, we really strive to voice it more like a microphone and to adjust it to where the string balance is efficient through all the strings. You don't have jumps with the B and the E string. And so what you end up having is a nice balanced sound. Another nice feature along with that is that it is also noiseless, and it's been preamped to be feedback resistant to a certain extent, obviously. But I've used this with some pretty loud monitors so far, and it's very feedback resistant, and it's great to be able to get your sound as loud as you want with this type of pickup, not have to worry about any booms or feedbacks. So let's go ahead and install it in the guitar. We're gonna use two different guitars today. I've got a GPC 18 and a D28. So we've got a grand concert size and a dreadnought size. I'm going to give you a little bit of flavor of what this can do in different guitars. One of the other nice features of this is that whatever guitar you're using, it's going to recreate the voice of that guitar very accurately. So let me grab my GPC 18 here, and we're going to go ahead and do an install right here live. And another good feature of this pickup is you don't have to take the strings off to install the pickup. So once you have it set in the sound hole, you're just going to take a Phillips head and give a couple turns. You don't need to over tighten it. Once you feel that cork bite, that's all you need to do. And that's another good thing about the cork is that it provides a lot of grip without having to really tighten down on the wood on the top of the guitar. So, all right, I'm going to plug her in and we're going to play a little bit. We're going straight through a DI into a Focusrite interface. So we're not processing this. All right, I'm going to turn the volume up and see what we get. as you can see, it's got a nice balance for strumming and big chord playing, and that's kind of just the tip of the iceberg for the dynamics of this pickup. One of the things I wanted to make sure when I was testing it out that I did have general concern for was more of if you're playing more of a heavy rhythmic style or even like a bluegrass style, and you're going to be basically chucking with your right hand on the strings, you know, is it going to be able to handle that type of percussion? And I think it's done that in spades. I'm going to play a little bit of, I guess we could call this bluegrass style rhythm playing here, and we'll see what type of dynamics we can hear. Now that we've worn out the key of G, you can see that there's a lot of dynamics there to be had. Another aspect of this that I thought was quite interesting is putting a slide on. I got my trusty mag slide here, and this is a slide that's made out of magnesium. It's extremely light. But still able to be picked up through the pickup and come through clear. So I'm gonna play, let's get out of G for a minute so we can mix things up. So that's a little blues slide for you there. Now, if you want to do some more, you know, finger picking style slide. They can certainly get there too. Speaking of finger picking, that's another kind of aspect of my guitar playing that I like to be able to, I want to know that it's being replicated to an audience or even on a recording in the way that I hear it coming out of my sound, out of the Soundhole here. And that's another nice pairing that you have with this pickup, is that it's a great item to have in your studio. Really well in tandem with a microphone, especially if you're recording both at the same time. You can either put them in a stereo mix, or you can just have them both coming out mono. But the mix is really nice. It adds a little bit of fullness, and it also makes sure if you're pre-proing tracks or doing anything where you need a microphone in the studio, it just provides a little bit of extra support for that microphone, especially if there's outside noise and influence. Your take is still going to be there. Yes.
So does the battery stop working as soon as you disconnect the 1/4" jackson cable?
Yes. When you disconnect the cord here, the battery is turned off. It doesn't matter where the volume wheel is left. And now if you have this plugged in and you unplug from your interface wherever you're using, you're still going to be pulling some current, is what I understand. So as long as it's unplugged here, you'll be fine. And while I've got this up here, I'd like to mention it does come with a belt clip that's useful for putting on your guitar strap. You can put on your jeans or your pants. If you want to leave the pickup temporarily installed. That's how we're running it today, because we're actually going to be taking this one out and the one I have in the 28 over here, and we're going to be giving them away to some of our viewers today. So we're going to give away 2 pickups. And they're going to be the ones we're using right now, which is pretty cool. But if you don't want to use the belt clip and you want to keep this in your guitar with a permanent install, you can run this entire pin through your sound block just like you would any other pickup, and it's going to live inside the guitar there. Of course, if you don't want to do that, you have the clip available to you, and I find myself live clipping it. Actually, I'll come around this way, and I'll go behind the guitar, so that way everything's nice and tight, because I like that. I like it. I like to have it back this way, so when I'm strumming, everything's out of the way. So if you are using it in the studio and you're close micing your guitar, you can have this in here and just go ahead and record that line too, and you don't have, there's no interference with that, and you have an extra track to boost up your mic track. So with fingerpicking, we get some nice subtle tones from the fingers, and I feel like they come through the microphone really well. I'm really loving the dynamics of that. There's a lot of touch sensitivity there. It almost has some of the qualities that you would feel when you're using a nice set of hand-wound pickups in your electric guitar, where the touch sensitivity and the responses all feel just a little bit more realistic. Like playing that really popping kind of finger sound. You can take your dynamics there. And of course, the last aspect of that, playing-wise, is using a pick with your fingers. If you'd like to do some alternate picking or chicken picking, I don't think it has any faults there either. So let's take a listen to that. As you can see there, we were pushing the guitar pretty hard and popping and picking. And once again, I think the pickup handled it beautifully. you know, I've used it a couple times live now, and like I said, if you've got a monitor set up, and especially with in-ears, you're not gonna have any problems, but you can pump that powered monitor way up if you need it to, and you should have very good feedback resistance. Now, we've heard a lot of clips now with a smaller body guitar. This is a grand concert, so I'm gonna actually switch over to a D28 now and let you hear it a little bit on a big body, or a big box as they say. So let me switch those real quick and we'll play a little bit on that.
Hey, Justin, real quick.
Sir.
When you switch over, we've got a request to play some more chords.
All right.
Full chords.
All right. Well, this will be the vehicle to do that.
And I believe there is a size limit, like the largest hole.
Yeah.
What is the largest diameter?
I believe we know a minimum diameter. I'm not sure if we know a largest. I think the standard dreadnought Soundhole is about as big as you can go.
Minimum. We have the minimum, but we don't know the largest.
Yeah, I would say if you've got a, you know, like a Tony Rice with the big Soundhole, you may be able to fit it in there, but it would be stretching the width of this pickup. All right, so we've got the D28 hooked up. We've had some requests out there for some more strummy chords and some big chords. This is a great guitar to do that on. So I'm going to strum a little bit, and I'm going to change my intensity up as I strum and let you kind of hear some of the harmonics and frequencies coming through here. Once again, we should be able to hear a great representation of the voicing of the pickup because we switched to a different guitar, but we have not changed any of the input parameters. So everything is going to remain the same on what we're giving to the system and what's coming in, but the guitar is different. So I'm going to strum a little bit and let's see what we get. Now we're talking about a little bit of the strumming dynamics here. If you're more of a jangly strummer, I actually have a thinner pick here, and I wanted to switch to that pick. I normally use a 1.14, but sometimes in the studio especially, you want to get that more of a jangly strum, especially if you're going to use the acoustic guitar track as a, you know, as a buffer, almost like a percussive instrument. And using the thinner pick can get a little bit of that more, it's almost like more of a maraca or shaker type sound, especially on the higher strings. So this is a great guitar for that too. But let's take a listen to that. So. couple questions about when we're doing the musical demonstrations. We do have a vocal mic in the room, but when I'm playing, I've got my good buddy Steve muting the vocal mic, just in case anybody was wondering about that. So what you are hearing is just a pickup coming in there. We did have to have something for me to talk into, but in fact, I might be able to trick him every now and then, act like I'm going to play, and then he'll mute my mic, and then you won't hear what I'm saying. So that's always fun too. But you know, at the end of the day, I believe this pickup has so many positives, and it's so dynamic and versatile that if you have a studio or you're a gigging musician or you just want to play at your house and hear your guitar through headphones and be able to record it at home, I think it's a must-have because it's a tool. It's a very useful tool. And I've been very happy with it live, and I can't wait to record with it more in the studio. I'm most impressed by the voicing and how it replicates the guitar that you're using, because to me, when I've listened to the monitor back, it sounds like I'm listening to the guitar with my ear to the Soundhole. And having 500 hours of playtime with the batteries is a great addition to that. You don't have to worry about killing the batteries in 1 or 2 gigs. So whenever we all get back to gigging, that's going to be a big plus for me. One thing I did want to show, I'm going to hang this up real quick, and I want to take the other pickup out. I want to show you how easy it is to change the batteries while we have a few minutes here left.
Justin, do you know how long the cable is for the jack?
I believe it's 3 foot. Yeah, well, it could be 2 foot actually. So this is the, yeah, I think it's a 3-footer. So I believe we got a 3-foot cord here on the coming out of the pickup itself. So I'm going to uninstall this, and we'll get another look at how easy it is to take the pickup out. And once again, you don't have to loosen your strings, which is always great. So let's say you did need to change your batteries. All I did was loosen the cork, got my hands on it, and then I'm going to let it fall into the Soundhole a little bit and bring it up like this. And to change the batteries, you just grab these white clips right here, and you pull the battery tray out, and the battery's set inside right there. So it takes 2 CR2032 batteries. You can get them at your local grocery store, or you can buy them in bulk off of Amazon. And once you reinstall, you can always push the battery test button here to make sure that you've got them in the right way. So it's really just as easy as that. While we've got a couple minutes left here, I'd like to grab the D28 and play a little bit more music for you guys. And if anybody has any questions about the pickup or anything that they'd like to hear, feel free to let us know. I've got Andrew over here conveying your questions and concerns to me. And once again, we're really excited to be participating in the 2021 virtual NAMM show. It's been a strange year, but we're so glad that music is alive and well. So thank you guys once again. Now, where'd I put my good pick? Here it is. All right, Steve, you ready? All right, we're gonna play a little bit more here. I want to show you a little bit more bassy playing here. I'm going to do some blues, some kind of blues riffs and stuff like that. So here we go. All right, guys, how are we looking on time out there?
You got about 4 minutes.
Okay. All right. I might play us out and just let everybody hear the pickup. And like I said, if anybody wants to know anything in particular, just type it in the comment section, and I will stop what I'm doing and answer your question. Once again, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to strum a little bit more and let you hear this. I'm really digging the D28, so I'm going to stick to that for now, especially since I took the pickup out of the other guitar. But if you do have any questions for us, feel free to visit us at mojotone.com, and you can find us on all social media at Mojotone. That's going to be Facebook and Instagram. And we hope you're enjoying the NAMM show, and we will see you soon. All right, guys, I'm Justin Fox. We're up here at Mojotone in Burgall, North Carolina. Thank you for joining us today. That was the Mojotone Quiet Coil NC-1 Acoustic Soundhole Pickup. Once again, you can check out more information at mojotone.com to hear from you, and we'll see you soon.